I'm Dennis Moreland with Dennis Moreland Tack, and today we're pleased to be at Ben Baldus Horsemanship in Gainesville, Texas. And we're going to talk a lot about romals today. We know there's lots of shows you can go to and you don't have to ride romals. Why do we always ride romals? Ben?
Hi guys. I want to give you a couple of things that I like about the romals and why I show in them. And first off, using the romals, keeping my hands closed around the top of that romal like Dennis is demonstrating to you, it's going to help keep your horse straighter. It's also going to help you make sure your horse is more broke. Sometimes in a pair of split leather reins, we have a tendency to unknowingly cheat. We might shorten up one rein or the other rein or quickly put our fingers between them. This romal really helps me make sure my horses are more broke and more trained because of it. And then like when I'm showing, it helps me keep that horse straight. So in the rundown or in the lead change, I'm picking my hand up to bridle my mare and get her straight through the maneuvers. And that helps me when I'm showing her. The buttons that you see on the side of this romal also help as we cue for the neck rein. And what that horse is going to start to feel when my hand leaves the neutral position and I start picking my hand up to cue for the steering or the neck rein, they'll feel these buttons coming along the side of their neck, and that helps me cue this horse, and it helps make that transition easier to one-handed. Dennis, what are a couple things you like about the romals?
My romals have weight to them, and a horse will realize you're moving your hand at the bit before it doesn't have to come in contact for a horse to realize it. And I always say romals are good for your posture. If you're riding split reins, they pull you forward. If you're riding romal reins, you sit up straight because you've got it right here in front of the saddle horn.
You're exactly right, and this is a pair of romals that I've had from Dennis. I bought them about 6 years ago now, and they've been used every day. I'm showing them. The weight.
They're still great romals.
Oh, they're great romals. They've held up really good. The weight's perfect to them. This is one of my favorite pair to go show in.
In romals, we've got a variety because everybody doesn't like the same thing. We have our traditional rawhide with a 1/4 inch collar. This is the one we sell the most of. It fits most people. Very easy to take care of. A little rawhide cream, Bentley saddle soap. Occasionally, they stay in very good shape. For the little hands, we make a 3/16 collar, so there's not so much in their hand. And the ropers that carry 60 foot of rope, they don't want a big romal in their hand. So we make the little ones, and it works good for them.
It's probably popular with the ladies also, isn't it?
The ladies and the kids.
Yes.
Because they're small. We make a kangaroo romal. This is all kangaroo. And even though they're very soft and supple, the balls have weight to them. They've got some feel. When you move your hands, something's going to happen. We also make it with rawhide balls and long buttons, and it just adds a little weight to it. The rawhide is a little bit heavier than the all kangaroo. Kangaroo is very, very tough. You can take one of these little strings and pull as hard as you want to. You can't break it. They hold up good. Bentley saddle soap, little conditioner on them on a regular basis.
Like you're talking about, sometimes too when I'm roping, either the kangaroo or the finer ones here are less bulky in my hand. So showing them the versatility or the ranching heritage, when I've got to pack my romals, or if it's a romal plus a 2 rein plus my rope coils in my left hand,
you may want a little lighter, a little smaller rein.
Less bulky.
Less bulky. This is the heaviest romal we make. It's Dublin stitched latigo, 1/2 inch and 5/8 on the romal part. It has a lot of weight. We've got trainers.
Didn't Clayton Edsel win the world's greatest in a pair like that?
Clayton Edsel thinks this is the only romal we make. He loves it. He said that's what a romal is supposed to feel like. When you move your hand, something happens. We also make a cord Romal, and this is a braid-on-braid cord. It feels very good in your hand, but it's still got the rawhide balls and long buttons, and you still got the feel and the weight. If you just had a nylon Romal without the buttons, it wouldn't be any good at all. But with the buttons, it feels good. The horse can respond to it. And Ben's got one.
Here's another pair of the nylons with the buttons on it, so it's got the weight, got the core to it. And this is a pair that Dennis, a customer of mine, got from Dennis about 8 years ago. And you can see how well they've hold up and how well they've been used. Really have a great feel to them. And these get used every day through training and showing. Just have an awesome feel and a great weight to them.
So they're a good place to start on Romals. And even though they're expensive to buy them, they're going to last for years and years of hard use.
It's money well spent. Having the quality gear that's going to last you for years, generations truly, if it's well taken care of and maintained. Dennis talked about how to take care of them. I've got a pair that are going to last me for the next 30 years.
Okay. Ben, I sure appreciate you having us here today to talk about Romals, and hopefully this has been helpful when you're trying to decide what you need in a Romal. Visit with your trainer, give me a call. We'll talk about Romals. I'll sure try to head you in the right direction.
Thank you, Dennis. And I got to say, like, talking to my customers, anytime they have a question about Romals or nose bands, any type of training gear, I'm always like, call Dennis. For Christmas gifts, call Dennis, see what they need to get, you know. It was a great place to help everybody out, and you've always given them great advice.
Well, thank you.
For more tips and to take a look at some of the country's finest handmade tack, log on to dmtack.com.